All right, yo, welcome here. Welcome back. It's that guy Lowe's Gets with the Giants supporter, Giants fandom. Little post game recap here off the Carolina Panther game in Germany. It's a great atmosphere before we get off started here. Good atmosphere, man. I can enjoy atmospheres, and I think it was a good atmosphere today. Heard both national anthems and had a nice audience. See, this is the thing about we go to other countries and the other countries, they can organize the whole stadium to have the flipboards up to show the American flag and the German flag beside each other and doing the whole da 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 da. And you don't see that in United States, you know, a stadium like that. You see it, of course, but I guess it's hard to just do the American flag all the way around. But yeah, I guess that was cool. But let's just talk about the atmosphere. There's good vibes in there, and you can tell that the fans they really enjoy seeing the game, the sport itself, and it's cool because the NFL, has been trying to get more international with its exposure and stuff like that, and it's been relatively good. I think I don't have I think it's been even though the games might be kind of, but the atmospheres usually are pretty good when they go to these games and whatever teams go there. Players get the chance to lead the country, which they probably, but get a chance to lead the country first time maybe, and all that great stuff. So let's get that out the way, man. Good vibes. But going into the game today, I'm not even going to harp too much on the play on the field like that. Yes, there were some bad things. Daniel missed a crazy, crazy play with two wide open wide receivers. Just Wandale's out there doing cartwheels and jumping jacks again, man. It's not great, bro. So um, yeah, and then at the end of the game, overtime, we grinded out. The game finished, but overtime been the next biggest play where, um, Tyron Tracy had a fumble in overtime. There's a tough break for the young guy, man, but he's been putting out some nice play through the season, and so his first career fumble, maybe a little loose with the ball through this game, but. I'm sure they'll work that out and he'll, tighten that up and iron tighten all that great stuff into the next game against the Saints. I'm sorry, we got the bye week, but then against the Saints, um, it should be different there for him and he come back with good energy again and good plan of field. Another interception probably, well, they had two interceptions today, but my one that probably stick out was towards the red zone. There's a throw to Tracy. Yeah, people you might say it was on target or off target. I thought it was kind of off target. It was on his back shoulder, and the defender was behind him, but the ball kind of got squeezed in between the two players, and the defender was able to come down and grab it off. And yeah, it was an interception. There was another one. I can't remember exactly how that one went down right now because, like I say, this one's not so much about the play on the field today. It's so much bigger than that and really talking about the team at this point, after another loss and we're 2-8 now and going into the bye week, takes us more time to kind of reflect on how the season is going. And I'm sure they'll be doing that in the front office and stuff. But us as the fandom, it gets us time to kind of absorb this season so far, man. Like wow, bro, like up and down erratic play and even this is another hard one. Believe me, man, this is a hard one for me because that interception. I talk about the interception. Why does it stick out? Because it's one of them plays, man, where the team, the fandom is there, man. It's always there, but it's like it's starting to bubble up. It's like, oh my God, can we like, oh my God, winning the game, can we win a football game? It'd be nice, you know. And the plays just don't play out, man. And it was bad. Bad stuff happened, and whatever. But we're moving on from that, man. We're gonna move on from this game and going to the bye week. Yeah, what I was saying, man, or what I'm trying to just emphasize in this quick video here, hopefully, is that with the play, man, it's so much. It's give us time to see that to kind of take it in the season as more than just about the players and the talent on the team, all that included, all 53 players. Um, and what those results are as far as the record. You dig what I'm saying here? The 2-8 record is a 2-8 record. The players that are on the roster right now with that 2-8 record are the players on the roster right now with that 2-8 record. All well and good, you know what I'm saying? But that's not so much what we hopefully can take into the bye week and try to hopefully uh relax a little when it comes to stressing out too much about the draft and things like that. Because bad teams to me don't need to tank. You know what I'm saying? The team's gonna be bad and finish with 4 wins. I predicted 7 and 10. So like, you know what I'm saying? That didn't even take into account what that actually means for the end of the year and where our draft spot would mean. See, so I'm not even worried about that type of stuff because we don't concern ourselves in that when we're trying to be a good football playing team and get some wins and stuff like that. But even if the team it was end up with like 4 wins, 3 wins, 5 wins, whatever, and that draft spot is not even something to have to overly concern ourselves with because we are well the Phantom, we're not the ones doing these people's jobs up there. As qualified we might be or might not be with any official documents and extra credibility that might need to be walk up in them offices, which of course you try to respect and everything like that. But as common sense people, a lot of the times, or hopefully a lot of the times here, and be able to do proper analysis and take into proper context with whatever critiques and to give proper levity and space to accept a good play that there is on field, of course. We can talk about these things like we do oftentimes, at least here with as blue as it gets, and anybody else in the fandom here maybe. Um, but when it's talking about like it's been a long time. I've made another video like this before. That it's not solely about Dexter Lawrence. It's not solely about Kayvon Thibodeau or Daniel Jones or Saquon Barkley who was here or Tyrone Tracy now that he is here, or that he is here, or Malik Neighbors as our first round star wide receiver, or Deontay Banks as our, right now presumed cornerback one, maybe needs some help out there, cornerback, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even about that. And it's not even about totally abandoning, faith in these players. All those players I mentioned. So you heard the ones I mentioned giving up, faith that they can play good football and the team and franchise can bring home some victories and stuff like that. It's more so about understanding and taking in that, this with this winning percentage and the play and the front office stuff and the coaching staff stuff has been with this team for a minute now. You know what I mean? Not just the last 3, 4 years, not just the last 6 years. No, even when Eli was coming out, the way that the team, with Tom Coughlin, the way he left, and to watch and understand the coaching that he was and the Super Bowls victories that he had here, and the impact of those Super Bowl victories against the competition, undefeated. New England Patriots, man, that's just amazing stuff. And as part of the fandom here, we do appreciate and remember these things, and really wish to get back to them a lot of ways. But at the same time, not all things that were from back then were great. So in that, um, we try to take a more positive approach and you know more modern day approach to these things to understand how the game is played and how talent is evaluated and appreciated and utilized. And it feels like the Giants have just never, in these most recent modern era since Eli, let's say, um, have really found what that is for them, because each franchise is different. It doesn't take the best football players on one talent or the best talent on one franchise to go and win a Super Bowl. I've never felt like that myself, and I felt the Giants coming up being a Giants fan is always they've always felt like one of those primary examples of that you don't need all-star players at every position, but even those older teams, they did have quite great talent, nice talent, man. Impact players, playmakers, and this team only has so many right now that can show up um, in as many areas as we probably need to be. I mean, like somebody like Dexter Lawrence is not playing in the secondary. You know what I'm saying? We can't ask Dexter Lawrence to go out wide and cover Jamar Chase. Maybe it's part of the great tank plan like they got going here or some stuff. The tank, but nah, you know what I'm saying? That's not happening so much. Even with Deontay Banks, as good as he might play or not play, I can't ask him to come up and play defensive tackle or defensive end and stuff like that to, and get a sack on the quarterback, get pressure up the middle all the time. But it's not that's not so the team, the whole thing of the aspect, man, even with Daniel Jones, you could throw as many touchdowns and interceptions as he could out there, man. You go 30 for 30 like Jameis. And it wouldn't matter because I could not ask him to go out there and play safety or linebacker right now or like cornerback right now. I can't or coach the team. So shit, man. Um, but in that, man, that's why I say it's kind of it just it's taking in the whole aspect of what this team has been for the last few years and just getting through it, man, and trying to identify the good parts and appreciate those good parts. Because if you're a fan of the teams, you want to have some good games in the season and have some good, good memories from each season. Like, yeah, okay, I remember this season it was like this, but remember that play from da 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 da, yeah, man, or that tough victory against do do do, yeah, rival, something like that. Like, remember that, yeah, Saquon came ran over us the first time, but the second game, yeah, that's up coming up, but or the Cowboys, but I think that's it. This is not so much about the game, like I said, man. And I recap the stuff that happened on the game. The defense was we played the Carolina Panthers, and I mean Bryce Young wasn't that great either. So like, if it's not the teams that today weren't that the teams that played each other today probably did not play the best football that even those talents on those teams could have played. Okay, so they didn't have the best of games, even though they tried and they were playing out some good stuff. Especially the run game for both teams were at least pretty good um, in that respect, I guess. Yeah. So guy, man, Blues it gets. Thank you for coming by and checking this out when you do, if you did, and hit a like and stuff like that. And again, man, I hope people don't always take me as that, down guy, you know, low energy. No, my energy is high, man. It's just right now, it's just kind of just in this transformer, man, ready to be switched on because this team has not switched over to a more, modern look of what we should be seeing out of positive play from a team that's got something going on the offense and defense. And even the offense now, man, like for Daniels, 13 points per game, man. Like, wow, bro, 13.6 points per game. Like, that's crazy, yo. It's crazy stuff. All right, man. I think that's it, man. Y'all be good, be safe, man, and be good. Yeah. Peace.